welcome to town. Take a look around. Now, sir, put the money in my hand right now, cause right now's the time for that roulette spinning and talking, walking to women till I'm opening it. Using a pinch and a passion, rolling right up in the center with the dash blowing on them till they say I'm the winner if you dig it. Dug it while the blackjack is flipped in my black stack of chicks was 25%.
Let's go to Vegas, baby. Let's go tonight.
Let's go tonight.
Let's go to Vegas. We'll stay up all night. Let's go to Vegas, baby. Let's get away. Who wants to live forever when we can have today?
Ben Askren's head right there. Maybe Usman. Yeah, look at that, orange and blue. Ooh, shit. Speaking of orange and blue. Hello, friends on YouTube. How are ya? I'm back with another last minute video. Why? Because I'm literally filming this at 11 p.m. on Friday. Gonna try and get it out on a Friday still, but trying to beat that algorithm, you know? Get a video out every week. Be consistent. That's what they say. Be consistent. Be consistent. Well, I'll consistently tell you that my views are going down, down, down since I started this nonsense. Actually, it's been, take a look here. On the page, and this is going to come into play here in a minute. This all makes sense. So you go to videos, and I got my 8,360 subscribers, and my last video has 68 views. Okay, what in the actual fuck? 120, 140, 200, 160, 210, 200, 350, 220, 230. Oh, I start looking at these and I'm like, okay, bam, they're all pretty low. Below 500, except that one's barely over 500. There's 500, 800. Oh, okay. So from this video on, which is 19 videos, the last 19 videos, one of them has gotten over 500 views, and it's 505. Well, that's cool. 505. So it looks like I have 43 videos total. So 24 videos. The first 24 videos, only one. This one, which doesn't count, I should delete that because that was just a whatever. And then this one. Only two are under 500. And the rest are 2,000, 1,000, 4,000, 800, 600, and then 612,000, of course. There's that one. But if you average those first ones, they're averaging like 25,000 for first 24 videos. Because of the first big one, obviously, but I realized, what the fuck happened here? Like, what date was that? Let's see. Let's have a look. August 26, 2020. Maybe they got pissed because I did a GoPro video. Who knows? I thought what I had to say was cool, but apparently YouTube didn't. And I believe that that was obviously pre-election. And a few ideas I had about the election and about things, I vented on a few things. And ever since then, it's been downhill. So that goes to show, if you don't say what YouTube wants you to say in terms of the issues they care about, they bitch slap you off the platform, basically. Because you got to understand, the only reason I watch videos, rarely do I seek out a video or search for a video. Well, every now and then. Search for something specific. But for the people that were watching the videos, they're not watching them anymore. Why is that? Because they suck. That could be the option. You know, that could definitely be an option. That I'm just getting worse at this, and that's fine. Or, I mean, I think the layout and everything's better. Now, you might be saying, well, you need to be teaching us how to grow pot. And I would say, absolutely, love to do that. Now pay me money, and we'll do it. That's where we're going over to the website. Because fuck YouTube. They're not paying me any money. You know how much time and effort I put into this bullshit? 43 videos. I mean, granted, I got the cameras and everything to actually make real videos. Not just YouTube videos, but real videos to get paid on. And my hope is that we will. And it's just a matter of time before it blows up. But right now, YouTube says, no thanks. We don't like your shit. Keep your mouth shut. 3 months, one. Okay, so the Blue Mat Moisture Meter was the first one I did on a Friday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 weeks in a row. 8 weeks in a row, and my views went down, 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 down. So here's what we're gonna do. God knows if I'll get 5 views on this one, and 2 of them will be from me. Because I have 2 accounts. But this one is just a precursor to what's to come. What's to come is a video, and I mentioned it in last week's video, is that it's a video that I recorded this super rant. And it's not all that political, but it has to do, we'll call it social commentary. And I have a lot of ideas that I think are unique perspectives on the social commentary. And I want to get them out there. And who's to say that I can't just do that on the YouTube channel? Because nobody's watching it anymore, so whatever. I will say, okay, if you're not watching, you want to learn how to grow pot? That's fine. Go to the website, flacowatts.com. Pay for the class. It'll be out soon. Speaking of the class, this week, the reason I didn't get to any editing is that we harvested and filmed all of it, and it was a headache, but I just today got everything cleaned up and good to go. I feel better. Things are clean. I sat down on the computer for the first time in however long, and I was like, okay, I'm going to get that video out today. And I didn't do it. That's the doozy that I mentioned last week. The doozy video where I lay into a few certain people in society. Since I did that recording, I came up with the idea. Well, I kept having all these ideas. I was like, well, fuck. Man, no shit. It's kind of hard to explain how it just starts to develop, but I would get an idea on something to talk about and I would write it down. Let's see if we can find an example. Shorthand and chicken scratch, so I can't really just say, oh, look at this idea. I pulled over for expired tags. Oh, here's a good example. I wrote this down. I found this definition. God damn it, I just said the word. I can bleep it out. Okay, good. So I'm going to read a definition. The unlawful use of force and violence against persons or property to intimidate or coerce a government, the civilian population, or any segment thereof in furtherance of a political or social objective. Does that sound familiar? Has anyone been paying attention to what's going on in the world? You got the Chauvin trial and the Chauvin verdict, and now like 3 more cop killings, and there's a lot of talk about that shit. And you might say, well, I've heard it all. I guarantee you haven't. Come back and you'll see. But like I said, the next video is going to be one that I recorded a while ago. And then all kinds of new shit just keeps popping up. And I'm like, man, I can't keep track of it fast enough. So I write down my ideas, what I want to talk about. And then my goal is to, hey, if I can keep this up once a week, I'll make my video. And you can come here expecting social commentary and updates on the class or updates on my growing venture. But we're not teaching you how to grow here, in case you hadn't learned that in the past 3 years. I realized that in the beginning, you know. This video, I do want to get to that eventually. Cannabis grow room remodel, because I feel proud of how well I did on those. But a lot of that we're going to go over in the class. And you'll see, this class is going to end up being like 10 to 15 hours. I think. God knows. It's definitely not 5. It's definitely closer to 10. Maybe less. But you're like, what the fuck? Why so much? Okay. Think about it. Number one, I'm going through everything. And number two, I'm not in a hurry. Some people on the internet talk really fast, and if you don't talk fast, then you just can't get an audience, and you really fucking millennials, all you guys, dude, we busted up our heads and blazed our heads so that they don't work fast. That's my excuse. But then you got these whippersnappers that have never fucking done anything in their life except drink goddamn Red Bull and Mountain Dew and code and play video games, and they just can't talk. It's like a fucking contest how fast you can talk. Okay, well, I don't talk fast, so maybe that's the explanation of some of those hours. But I like to go thoroughly through everything, and that's what you're getting in this class. We're going thoroughly through everything. And hopefully it's going to be done in an entertaining manner. And you will, I guarantee it, find multiple gems that each one in themselves is worth more than the class. And the class is easily worth 10 times what the price will be, which remains to be determined. But we're getting close, real close. The only other thing I wanted to do this week was go over comments that I hadn't gone over in that video, because I did go over the comments in that video. So if you left comments and you expected me to go over them, the last video is going to be the next video. That's where that happened. I don't know exactly. I think I accidentally clicked on this a minute ago, so it went back to 1, but okay, we need a good background for our comments. So let's go over these comments. Yeah, okay. LOL, don't believe that shit. Haha, thanks for that. Had a good laugh. K. Garlow. Let's have a look. Don't believe that shit. May have to watch that nematode video again. Don't believe that shit. Thanks, bro. That's what we'll put here. Lowercase, bro. 200 degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius. Watch this little trick. I bet you didn't know. I don't know about Microsoft. I never touched one in the last 20 years, but Control Command Spacebar, and it brings up the emojis and a bunch of other stuff. You can actually search for degrees Fahrenheit. Bam. $200. Okay. Sorry about that, people that use centigrade or Celsius. The Crim Group LLC. Very informational. You sound high as hell. So what I should put here is, you know what's ironic is I was not, but like I said, refer back to the brain damage that I've sustained. Normally I act like I'm high, and then when I'm high I act like, oh, you don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. Okay, what the fuck was I going to say? Oh yeah, you need the laughy face. Just comes natural. I should have put that. Robert Doon. Chris Kyle, do some research. Chris Kyle, I remember mentioning Chris Kyle in a video. Oh yeah, the beginning of the Sal video, it was the anniversary of Chris Kyle's death. Apparently Robert Doon, motorcycle connoisseur that doesn't have any content and has quite the poser bike, we'll say, decided, whoa, we can't play that. We're not doing a reaction video. He decided to tell me that I've done something wrong with Chris Kyle. Well, I'm interested to hear. Hopefully he responds. Uncle Creepy again. I'm guessing that's the Jap who invented Bitcoin. And he probably has his fingers crossed because he's lucky. Aha. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. So the guy that invented Bitcoin was named Satoshi Nakamoto. But what's behind his back is not his fingers crossed, but that's a good guess. And it definitely has to do with Bitcoin, and that is Satoshi Nakamoto. I was kind of more looking for the name, but it is a representation of Satoshi Nakamoto. Why? Because Satoshi is not a real person. Whoa, and it may actually be multiple people or a group of people, although that's probably less likely. But it could be any random person that made up the fake name Satoshi Nakamoto. Hence why I make fake name Flaco Watts. It's hard when you make comments that are for about a specific part of the video because I can't remember exactly what I was talking about. Let's see. I like long ones. Oh shit, funny. Hey, we're always going through about 10 years. Okay, well, I'm going to say this. I'm not sure if Uncle Creepy wants me to be reading this comment online, but I will. As we read, basically, the general idea is the bullshit that's going on in the world, don't let it bother you. Their goal is to upset or recruit you. I don't even engage with stupidity anymore. Okay, I can respect that. I can definitely respect that. And that's how I've been my entire life, honestly. I've been on the outside saying you guys are all fucking idiots when it comes to getting worked up about politics or worked up about capitalism's evil or whatever. Bullshit that you protest when you're in college. But for some reason, and I've heard it's the case for many people, once you get into your 40s, you have this new part of your brain form. And you start to realize, okay, midlife, wait, I see now how politics work and why they work the way they work. For the most part, they're trying to manipulate at every turn. Who are they? Everyone. The media, the politicians, the corporations, everybody's trying to manipulate everybody. I just had a conversation with a potential marketing firm owner that may be helping us launch the course, and we were talking about marketing bullshit, right? And I told him, I don't think you know who you're working with when it comes to me, because I can't stand bullshit. I can't stand fluff. I can't stand spin, and I can't stand deception. And that's all marketing is. And that's what the media is. But rewind a little bit and think back. Actually, I can't think back of a time because I wasn't paying attention. But journalism is an important thing. And I'm going to show you how and why. Actually, I'll give you a little teaser. On the video, okay, I think it's on the video that I'm working on. I go over a few different police interactions where there's guns and violence. And you know which ones I'm talking about. You probably know about this one that happened in New Mexico where the state cop got killed. Now, I say, I'm not sure if I say it in this video or if it was to my girlfriend and speaking, but I was like, this is a fucking setup. This was an ambush. This is incompetence at the highest level. And you'll see half of this fucking video is about the war on drugs. And I use that as an example and say, hey, look at this shit, war on drugs. Hey, this guy got fucking set up or sent to the slaughterhouse, basically. And you'll find, we got the details now. I'm digging in, I'm getting research. Anyway, the reason I bring that up is because there's this YouTube video that pops up with this chick interviewing this lawyer out of Albuquerque. The lawyer out of Albuquerque, whose name I recognized, is representing the family of the cop. And I was like, I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it. And then they show the entire video, which I hadn't seen the entire video. They don't show that. They just show, okay, he gets out, he starts shooting, but then they like blank it out or whatever, and then he gets back in his car and takes off. But you watch the whole video, it's a whole different fucking story. The main part of the story is that as soon as he takes off, there's fucking cars right there. People stop to help the cop. but they're all decked out in tactical gear. They're undercover agents. And he's laying there, and one of them's a fucking medic. And they were back behind the scene in bulletproof cars, unmarked. Having the single, whatever, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. And like I said, Uncle Creepy, I appreciate your perspective on staying out of it. I say, it's my time now to get into it. My brain works sometimes enough to see perspectives that a lot of people don't see. And I see both sides going, one side more so than the other, going batshit crazy. And unfortunately, we're in America, the United States of America, and the fabric of society. Anybody that knows, anybody knows anything about the world, other countries, war, history, anything, knows that the fabric of society is very fragile and can easily be torn. What does that mean? That means all hell breaks loose. Now, I'm not saying that that's gonna happen, but there was a saying, a quote or something I just heard about. How did you go broke? Well, it happened gradually, and then until it happened suddenly. At first it was gradual, and then it happened suddenly. So it's basically, we're at that peak time now where, yeah, it's gradually been deteriorating. The social fabric holding us together. I'm talking about the United States. You look at a different country, Venezuela, fuck, good luck. But hey, to each their own. Make your own bed first, and that's where we're at in the US, for me. Take a look at the US. We're slowly deteriorating. And then at some point it's going to drop. And then it happens suddenly. If I can be the smallest little voice, I feel like a voice yelling in a tornado. But if I can speak any common sense at all to the world about the nonsense, so that that person is reminded that we live in the country of freedom. This country is very young and fragile, and in its young, fragile years has seen a lot of bloodshed. And it has an interesting history. And if you think back, what if you look at the United States as a clan of all your own people? Which you should. We got 330 million people now. We didn't have that many back in the Civil War. But we lost a lot of people in the Civil War of our clan. Because that's the whole nation. Decided to fight against each other, ironically. The Republicans formed a party in order to defeat slavery and attack slavery, run by the Democrats of the South. Interesting. It's going to be interesting going forward. I hope you can join me. Okay, I gave you my reply there, so... Oh shit, did I just say that? Okay, did I even... What? That's weird. Oh, I can't believe when I do that shit. There we go again. That's one of my favorite songs, in case you didn't know. All right, so we did that one, Check it out if we can get my favorite honor, blood in, but okay, let's check this out. What the fuck? Why doesn't it come up? Okay, Adam. Shaken, I always say Shaken. I don't know if that's how you say your name, but sometimes when I click on the comments, they don't show up. It's the weirdest thing. But whatever, check it out. If, when you can, my favorite character in this... Oh, that's probably a reply to the movie. One of my favorite movies, by the way, Bound by Honor, Blood In, Blood Out, is... Okay, keeping them honest. These comments below that are the ones that I did in the video that I'm still working on. For Jeremy Hawthorne, who, if I remember correctly, is quite the skilled carpenter. And Stilson, did I talk about that? Okay, I talk about that in that video. So this was the first one. For some reason, I can't see this comment. Maybe I'll see it on my phone. Sorry, Adam. But I think that brings us up. Other than the other ones that I did from Water Code Whiskey. Or no, wait, we did those. Keeping them honest. There's only 1, 2. Yeah, I don't know what YouTube's doing, but my bottom line, the way I see it is that, hey, if nobody's watching, then I'll say whatever the fuck I want. This is an explanation of this channel.
Lately, everyone been talking crazy. Feel like everybody's got some shit to say. They misinterpreted my good intentions and expected I was just gonna step away. If there's a heart that pumps and there's a breath to take, then I won't bite my tongue as long as I'm awake. And they don't have the guts to make a dumb mistake. I'd rather crash a car than never touch the brakes. I built this fucking house. They're the kind of people that be dying for exposure. They're the kind of people that get mad and lose composure. They're the kind of people that are never going forward. They're just the ones that are looking for apologies. Hate real loud, but they follow me screaming at the top of their lungs. I'm the scum of the earth in the same damn breath trying to preach about equality. Back before I wrote the song on race, they all ignored that I had something great. They tried to edge me out. They didn't hear my bars. They tried to tell me that I wasn't built for fame. Fast forward to when I'm fucking paid. I ain't spend $1 on the fucking chain. I'll get my mama a house. I'll get my dad a car. I'll make my sister rich. She'll never work again. And this hater shit is so
that's funny.
I'm conditioned for all the abuse. Seeing a reaction.
That's fucking crazy. I've never seen the video before. I just listened to the music or to the song. And sometimes I get into it and I start making my own gestures. And I did the exact same thing that he did, which was... Yeah, I love it. I love it. I probably shouldn't put this on the video though. All right, so we're done with the comments. We're basically done with the video. I want you to know going forward, like I said, Uncle Creepy, I appreciate the perspective of staying out of it. However, I think we're nearing the end of something that we used to have that we held dear, which is freedom. And I'm pretty fucking pissed off about it. And a lot of it is rooted in the war on drugs. And I'm gonna explore that in the coming videos. And I hope that those of you that have a slight interest will give me the honor of hearing me out when it comes to my perspective on the war on drugs and all this bullshit that's going on. Because I grew up in a free world, a free country. And it's not free anymore. It's getting gross. And I don't like that shit. And if you have any inkling towards history, if you've watched, listened to, read anything about history, this is how it starts. And if you don't have enough good people standing up and saying anything, then I can point you directly to how it ends. At the end of Genghis Khan, at the end of World War I, at the end of World War II, at the end of Stalin, Mao. All it takes for evil to prevail over good is for good men to do nothing. I'm not claiming to be good, but I'm going to do something. I'm going to stand up with my little voice on my little channel, on my little 8,000 subscribers, and speak a little truth to the tornado of madness that our society has become. Goodbye, everybody. Enjoy the fights tonight. I hope this will be out shortly. And good luck, Masvidal. No offense, Usman, but Usman's tough to beat. Tough to beat. I can't see anyone beating him. Hence why Jorge is 3.5, 4 to 1 underdog. But if anybody needs to be bet on as an underdog, it's Jorge Masvidal. Vale, dale. Vamos. Hasta luego. Ciao.
Talking, walking the women till I'm up and in. Using a pinch and a passion, rolling right up in the center with the dash blowing on until they say I'm the winner. If you dig it, dug it, while the blackjack is flipped in my black stack of chips was 25%.
Let's go to Vegas, baby. Let's go tonight.
Let's go tonight.
Let's go to Vegas. We'll stay up all night. baby. Let's get away.